Hello there and welcome to my first match of season 69. I'm playing against Sharur. I don't know that I've ever played Sharur before. It wasn't on my friends list till now, so I guess I probably hadn't. We did demote last season, so we're down here in B1. We should get some new faces across the season. I think some old ones as well, but let's see. Does League of Shopkeepers do? And what's the emissary? That's pretty good on emissary if you can get there. You can get there eventually. I mean, you can get there forum and hunter, potentially necromancer. All of these things can push you that direction. Which is a decent way to get just going. Play it out pretty fast, potentially. If you can get there, you do have to activate 5 times, or it's really good. Otherwise, you could try and trash down into first mate stuff, which is okay. Potentially is a little more livery friendly. At least initially. I'm kind of curious about obviously you like some trashing, but the 5s are actually pretty good. Trashing's not super fast. If it were faster trashing, I'd be more inclined to want to get small real quick. But the trashing is pretty bad. Not bad, but slow. One at a time. I don't actually know. That's interesting. I don't love that. I think Smugglers is a fine terminal here. I'd rather sure have the Smugglers this turn actually. And get a goat herd rather than my 5 that I'm gonna buy here, but I like a 50-50 on silver, just copper trash, both of which are fine. I'm not super in love with my goat herd. That's cute. I mean, I like that. I think it's fine. It's gonna work out. Certainly. what can I buy that is the worst for our while still being good for me? I'm not sure the answer is livery there, but we're gonna try it as the answer. You have to activate 5 times before. If you draw really well, that could be like, turns 6 through 11, but and activating twice is not easy. Not at all. I don't know why I bought a market. Apparently, Sharur wanted one too, though. Could goat herd and wait and see if that goat herd gets a little better. We can also just trash buy goat herd and see where we get on the reshuffle. Not very far, unfortunately. I mean, we were seeing 3 cards. The hope, I mean, they're going to probably trash once or twice here. The hope was just that, we would get something. We would draw a horse as something, but it didn't happen. Do we think we want a smugglers? There is something to that. It's either that or like necromancer or just plant. I mean, your problem with smugglers is always going to be, well, this way the frog stuff is always just like, it just hides over and over. And this is a card in hand there. We could take a smugglers and also just buy a necromancer. They're not. I mean, it's fine if my opponent smuggles one, I guess is what I'm saying. Wave the Frog would have also helped the emissary stuff decent amount, but also sometimes it just wouldn't help. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. They're probably gonna wave the Frog the smugglers again. But again, this is all a little anti-draw. I just want to buy I mean, the last card's a silver. How many? I don't really want to trigger. I think the last card's a silver. Not getting to like 9 or something. That would be a useful number. There's almost something to a gold here. Just to get up to 10. Or at least have threat on 10. Otherwise the buy is like probably a first mate. I don't know. There's sort of a funny frog thing we can do here with the horses. Probably gonna be the play too, if I had to guess. It'll still give us the villager effect. Pretty similar levels of draw. The alternatives, yeah. The alternative is like first mate, goat herd, and save the horses, but we don't get the horse, we don't get the village effect that way. So I kind of like this. Suppose it doesn't really matter if we play the goat herd first or not. Well, no, that gets us a smaller hand. Guess we just go ahead and trash it. So the goat herds are up. Doesn't really do much for them. Guess you can get another smugglers, but maybe it'll do something. Okay. What's the order here? Is there ever any world where you want to do the Necromancer on Apprentice. Like, surely not. Yeah, okay. What draws? One draws 3, the other draws 4. We just lose the horses here. Well, also then we get this. Guess we want to guarantee finding everything. 7, 8. Also, we're only getting goat herd out or whatever. This is going pretty well. It's hard to scale up the payload if you're Sharur. I mean, it's hard to like pass me. Both have the smugglers. You can get stuff, but it just means I get to smuggle it. I'm used to not 10. Not that the necromancer, this is still pretty good, but it wouldn't be terrible to have a second smugglers here. The advantage of first mating, like, not weigh the horse or not weigh the frogging the horses, is you may get more plus actions out of it. Certainly pretty valuable. But I'm still gonna do it this way. This is kind of scary, right? We must have some goat herds somewhere. Oh, I have 2 of these. Well, yeah, okay. $18 would have been nice. Mm. If I lose this, it will be because I was stupid in some way. 12. That's not very many dollars. Okay, we're okay. We do like double province 5 here, and then it's just like it's funny how many of the horses are just sort of floating because of how we have this. um boom, 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 boom. Oh, I didn't click this. Yeah, here's the kingdom. All right, first game. I mean, it's hard, right? I had good draws, like no complaints on the draws at all. Sharur kept frogging. That was fine. I think it was those were reasonable. He got some 5s out of it, but it was still minus draw across some turns as a result of that. What do we have here? Butterfly with there's no villages. This is like a minion stack, I guess, or yeah, this is like a minion stack. You can even give them plus cards, which makes them funnier, I suppose. I don't have the I don't have the 2-4, so like Shark can do the okay, it doesn't either. There's something where you maybe take a cavalry if you have the $4 hand for your second hand, right? But it's not even obviously better than this gear stuff, than this gear situation, so. Couple of state trash, probably. Buy a silver. You could buy an Oasis instead of a silver, I guess. I don't think that's right, but you could do it. Did pick up a silver mine. Silver mine gondola is a sort of pseudo plus action thing, but it's not any good, I don't imagine. At some point it's not insane to like there's some butterfly stuff you may take on certain angles. Like the gear could turn into a cavalry eventually if that plus buy is useful on a turn, and then the cavalry could become a minion. You know, those things are possible. Some of this stuff is not all that realistic just due to the minions disappearing. I don't love Oasis over Silver. They're both fine actually. I'm trying to think if there's any like super. Obviously the Oasis is a little friendlier for the minions later on, but like single silver is not really that problematic. And it is a little better at hitting 5. Now if you're doing the Oasis off a gear turn, it's a little different, but did get the full estate trash, which is nice for sure. It's not a huge gap between those two things. It could potentially cost on some. It's not going to cost me in this instance. So, Sharur is, I guess, I don't know. I mean, if you have the Oasis and the Chapel, the choices may be a little more complicated. I mean, there's a real chance he has 5 coppers and an action card, in which case you probably just want to set aside 1 copper or 1 action card and buy the minion. Buy the 5. It would be interesting to see if somebody could make something out of the Silver Mine Gondola stuff, but I mean the thing that speaks in its favor is that the kingdom is a little weak anyway, so something with that involving wayfarers may in fact be kind of fast enough. Get your money density up, start buying provinces, get to gear some stuff. All of those things could happen for you. But I'm gonna just start buying minions because I love minions so much. Favorite card ever. Not my favorite card ever. I like it. I'll probably just do 2 trash here and buy another minion, to be honest. We'll get to do the trashes kind of here and there as we go along. Anyway, so that's sort of where my head's at. Whether that's correct, I don't know strongly. I don't even know that minions hurt a little bit in the silver deck. Like the deck that you would play with draw event that ultimately is kind of silvery. 4 card hands can hurt that a bit. Because you could have Oasis with plus card would be pretty good for any deck here. Truthfully. I wonder if I'm going to... Guess this is still better this way anyway. I don't know. I don't know that that was right, what I did where I tossed. I don't know what the... I didn't have the chapel then, so... Yeah, it's fine. This may be they get cavalry... Actually pretty hard to get the hand to make use of the buy. I'm not actually thin enough to do it. That's my issue. But it's fine. You also can kind of hold it. Sharur has 2 silvers, 3 minions, 4 minions. I think just 3, right? 3 and 2 silvers and an oasis. And a copper. It does have $10, I guess. Maybe I'm miscounting something. This would have been a sort of interesting kingdom to hold an estate on. You could probably have gotten away with it. The gains are pretty low, so... Oh, those weren't... Okay. All my coppers. Try to trash something. Guess we buy provinces? I don't know. Are they getting their buy now? Okay, so they're getting their buy now. And then they do have a threat on like an estate gain later. So what? Now we just have super decks that can't actually make anything. I'm not totally sure. I shouldn't have just taken province. What are we doing? The horses could do some things potentially. There's some gondola stuff, like I've said. But I don't think Sharur can double province, for instance. That would be the scary thing, I guess. Would be a double province. Otherwise, most of the other things aren't terrifying. It's a little hard to track exactly what's possible. But mostly what's possible is like province duchies. There's some like return a horse for a cavalry, or sorry, return a horse. Yeah, return a horse for a cavalry to get a plus buy, and then you buy a gondola, and then you play the cavalry that you gained and drew and return it like a cheaper duchy kind of thing. That's possible. Those kinds of things are possible. Then we just duchy dance. It's like a double duchy dance, which is kind of fun. The horses don't get used. What? Oh. I could double duchy, although I don't get another cavalry, which is unfortunate. I don't think I'm ever Threatening double myself. If I go to 30 here, that's no good. I mean, Sharur could dud, but it's not a thing you would really want to happening. This is a lot of the green cards. In fact, there's just one minion in here. But we can go, I guess if we do cavalry, same. There's not, I don't think there's like a gondola file out. Gondola double province. We have silver. This is 1 minion, 3 green cards, or 4 green cards rather. 3. So I don't think we'll just follow, I suppose. I mean, eventually someone will have a sufficiently sad hand, I guess, or the duchies will be gone. So when the duchies are gone, that also changes like the, you know, the threat of the threat of the other stuff as well. Though still like some other things would be on the table. Just the estate province maybe would be enough then. The dancing will be weird for sure, depending on exactly what everything looks like. I don't know. Do you even want to buy one there? Because you can't return it for anything useful now. Right? You can't get a duchy out of it. So if I had duchy province, Sharur has to hit 10 with a 3 return to cavalry for buy. Also terminally, I mean, you have to do it somewhat blind. Otherwise, I can like duchy estate, maybe duchy double estate. Potentially. I don't know how I would double estate actually. But I could duchy estate. Otherwise, I can go for it. There's just a real shot that Sharur hits it. Which is, I'm also, you know, a little bit premature. Well, I say that it's not that premature. If I was going to do it, I would probably think about doing it here. If I was going to do the estate thing. And then what happens though? Sharur can easily double a state. That brings it to 5 estates. Then I easily double a state to 3. I guess the last person can always estate province. I mean, you can also wait on some things. Eventually somebody does. I didn't attack. Nobody's gonna double province, that's for sure. I guess you could get a swamp hag, might be okay. Thinking this last card is a minion, so maybe. I'm not sure about that actually. I have 6 minions. And then I have an estate. I have 6 to 4 minions. The rest duchy provinces are the same. Sure has 2 oases. I have 1 oasis. Sure has a cavalry. And Sure has a horse. I have 2 horses. Unsure has 2 silvers. I have 1 silver. Those are the deck, I believe. Yeah, you can't dance unless you horse for cavalry and it's, you know, the right time. Or you can't double estate, I should say. Very weird board. A swamp hag play would be like, okay. It's a little hard to do, but this is the point where maybe the silver mine could do something for you. Maybe. I don't know. You still have to play the swamp hag, which is also not trivial. I don't know what the adding more cavalries is for. That seems, I mean, I guess if you have a really specific belief about what is going on with your deck, but still would like to find the oasis would be good, yeah. Okay. So nothing free because I'm gonna get attacked. Oh no, I'm not getting attacked. Never mind. Well, that makes it a little more free. Sure kept getting more cavalries when I didn't think they were going to do anything. They may have had some draw reason to get the last one. I don't know. Like maybe they just wanted to draw 2 cards, but I don't really know what it was for. And otherwise, they're pretty bad at that point in the game. We do Delve Gardens for whatever that's worth. Delve Galleria Gardens, I suppose it might be a thing. Otherwise, I mean, it's gonna look. There's obviously some things you could do with like Diplomat. Well, I mean, there's an engine here. It's not the most consistent thing in the world. It can play Cardinal a lot. I don't know if that's worth anything. Could eventually have quite a few duplicates down. It could probably do fairly large gardens things, just kind of delayed a little bit. I don't know exactly what I even have in mind when I say delve. I mean, it's you can make them big, but it's not like it's a super good deck or anything. So I'm gonna open Gear Sailor, I guess. I guess eventually you can be clean here. It's just a little slow. Everything is here. Nothing super exciting though. I think the ability to eventually just probably buy some provinces while it is, plus action is going to be a little hard. Sort of consistently, right? You can set some things aside with gear, but not necessarily. Like that could be used to activate diplomats, but then in the next turn, then it gets in the way. So then you need like at least the ability to maybe call royal carriage on goat herd sort of consistently or something. I mean, some they may play with Carnal, which may give you some activations. Probably they don't play with Carnal. Carnal looks pretty bad here. You can pick up additional copies of things that get exiled. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Anything here works. Going straight for the double delve, which I think is... I don't love it, but... Gosh, I don't hate it. I mean, the good thing about this deck is that I'm sure it's fine at buying provinces. And also duchies and gardens. I mean, one at a time, most of the time. Occasionally more often. Occasionally, you know, you double gardens, duchy. When you play the Galleria. I can believe that it works. I just didn't want to play it. I'm not convinced it's best, but we'll see. The payload here, the acceleration here is pretty much just whatever sailor and duplicate can give you. So most other things are not terribly exciting. Well, this is an unfortunate draw, but one which I nonetheless must make do with. I don't really want second go, or I kind of do though, don't I? So we need a diplomat. You can make your deck really big now this turn. Quad delve, quad copper. But why buy the coppers, you know? Is the main thing. So here we're just trying to buy a... We didn't even get... Well, we couldn't. There was no way of doing that. Well, we could another way, though that's not that great. We need to get into like sailor playing sailor stuff. Otherwise, our money will just never be anywhere, which it's just not going to be anyway. So Sharur well on his way to the 3-point gardens, sitting at like 21 right now. Buying gardens now is a bit odd to me. I don't think you need them yet, but that's just me. Fortunately, we don't have... I do like Sharur's deck. Again, third gallery I'm not sure about, but whatever. We need to buy Galleria here. Looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. He would be good. What's the last card? We didn't find the diplomat. Sad. And eventually we're gonna want to lose these things. Even the any of the gallery or royal carriage or diplomat would have been very good to draw in this hand. Even the duplicate. Oh, that didn't happen though. What do we buy here? A sailor? Alright. We gotta figure out how to build this up. Do we trash the... We can get down without... Do we kill the gear? Okay. This sure does not work if we do not draw the diplomats. I will tell you that much. There the Garn's gone. Unfortunately, Sharur, of course, can still buy other green cards. I mean, it doesn't hurt to put the goat herd in hand this way. Look at how cool my deck is. So long, goat herd. I don't remember what the last card is. It escapes me. I think it's a royal carriage, right? Yeah. Look at this. Pretty exciting, huh? So we need to make sure we don't. This is so wheel spinny. It's not a deck that can hold provinces. It's so bad. It just does not work. It can hold a couple provinces. My only defense is that I did talk about Sharur's deck, but I did not play it. No excuses. What if there was a world where you could play a lot of ducats over and over again while maybe getting some duplicate? I don't know. You need so many of them, and the draw is so weak. But like as a way of building up coffers, you know, since the deck can't hold provinces, but it can't hold ducats either. So, like, Could hold a couple ducats, but not well, actually. It would be terrible. There's just nothing to worry about. Sure, we'll keep scoring at a pretty good pace regardless. And like it's just all so guaranteed for him. And my deck is kind of humming along at this point, but it's a bit late in the game for that. Would be a great deck to have without a 33-point deficit. There's still one more diplomat, yeah. Okay. So I can make a good quantity of money. For what purpose? No one could tell you. But it exists. I have 4 duplicates. I really don't need more than like 7 duplicates. Probably realistically just like 6. Could go province, duplicate gear, maybe. Question is, do we go for the 7th duplicate? That I do not know. I also won't have quite as much money this turn. Yeah, it's okay. So we got 2 of them. $18 plus. We'll be close. We will not be playing this gear. It's for the other way of doing things. I don't know. This is a good hand. Bird did not go up. Don't want to kill. I have 2 gears. I have 2 gears in deck. No, I don't, because I have 1 gear in deck, because I just put a goat herd in hand there. So we could kill this gear with the goat herd. Could even call this on Sailor, though I don't think that's probably worth doing. So the question is whether we want to for sure get 2 actions out of Diplomat here, but at a cost of losing the gear, which could remove the we could also go down, we could also do 1 goat herd call. Also costs us money, right? We get 7 of these, but we don't need that much then. If we get 1, okay, we don't have to buy all that much, to be honest, if we get through the deck. So we should prioritize that. Which may mean doing it this way. No, now it's better to do a gear. It's fine either way. What do we need to get to now? To playing the 2 duplicates? Do we have to buy? Four gears is 12? We can empty the duchies. Kind of. Oh man. Can't like pile out the curses or anything either. I probably should have gotten another duplicate. I mean, I had the draw, but I have no idea how much money Sharur has. Or how many cards, rather. Oh, man. Are coppers good? What am I trying to hit? I mean, I guess I'll have enough money from Sailor anyway to do something. I don't know. Wow. I did not think that was going to work. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Okay, well, we have Bridge Villain. Yeah. Okay. Draw's not super great. This is a mess. There's draw, though, but it is just nasty board. I have the 5-2, which is really good here. I'll probably just open Shaman. Peasant. I don't know. You could make an argument for Peasant. I'm not going to do it, but it's not crazy. I don't think. There's definitely like a world where you just have a good deck and they have a completely awful garbage deck, even if they have the Peasant. Okay. But, you know, the tokens are good here. It would have been wild if we had hit the sea witch there. It would have been crazy. Okay. I think I do want a Peasant. don't think hireling's at all bad. Yeah. You have a witch here. Disciple hit bridge is good. I don't know how many curses will be left by the time Sharur plays that Sea Witch, but pretty good anyway. Didn't take a teacher, which surprises me. Guess we pass on this here. There's something to be said for... We could have gone triple, yeah. There's something to be said for both of these orange cards. The hireling's a little more forgiving. There's also something to be said for Sea Witch number 4. Unfortunately for Sharur, this is now super cooked. It was already super cooked, but it's super duper cooked. I don't really want another shaman. I could have thought about doing this discard a little bit differently. For sure. Well, I don't really have the draw for this stuff. Maybe he should have gone Mining Village Peasant. Not sure. It's fine. We can take whatever. I'm gonna be a little more careful this time. Well, I'm kind of being dumb. At least it didn't work out. There is Mining Village Disciple in the bottom 3, so that was unfortunate, but did pair the Disciple with something, which is not nothing. And we'll be climb back some points during this process. Oh no, I got a curse. Okay. I guess we try and pile these cards. Yeah, you can do that. Well, let's hope we draw around to some of this. Figurehead. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We just need $3. All right. Well, 5-2 is brutal there. I honestly don't know. I mean, it was lost by like the third shuffle probably. I didn't love every purchase Sharur made, but I mean, what are you supposed to do? Berryman has Siren. We have Divine Wind. I mean, guess whatever it ever means. There's Trail Young Witch, which is okay. Young Witch Rays actually looks like a not terrible opening to me. Otherwise, the kingdom here doesn't have like a huge amount to do. Crossroads is tough for a while. You hit 5 here with your Trail Ferryman. The Siren's really nice. Not trivial to do though. At all. Even Necro. I guess $5 to hit the Necro, that's pretty good too. I like that a lot. The Poet Rays opening's definitely better for that. So I like that angle. I mean, if you have 5 here, I would think you just do it. But I don't know. Hard for me to say. Okay, they did it with the Rays. I see. Yeah, that's a little trickier. Though I don't hate that either. So interesting. I wonder if I should take a Poet. Well, I would like to get this Siren, so actually I don't want to head on that angle too much. Well, this is not going to hit 5 anyway. This, if only this had been the thing in this stuff, then everything would have been beautiful. But it was not. We want to trigger, maybe get a Yeah, if the Hovel and Necro had swapped spots in that previous turn, we would have been eating very well. But that's okay. We could take a treasure. It's not crazy by any stretch. Okay, so we do get to do a siren here. I assume this will just be another Ferryman Necro for Siren, but we buy another raise. I like that. I assume Sharur, well, must have $5. So yeah, it's a little hard. I mean, you put in the second siren. Now you're shuffling them both into this next shuffle, but you can't necessarily hope to get a perfectly clean cycle anyway. So I would tend towards having two in this shuffle versus you're missing, you know, a different 5-buy, whether that's treasure or whatever, but it's a little riskier, which I don't super love. But we'll see. We'll see how it works for him. I mean, if you get to your siren anyway, then you're happy. This is a bit weird, right? Because I mean, I gotta go forward too, but I may whiff out on what I can. I guess I can always kill the young witch if I need to get whatever in play again. I mean, we're getting to see a lot of stuff here with this. Okay. Like we could stop. Okay, I didn't do that. I'm gonna seize actually, just because I'm bored. That was an unfortunate draw. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, so Sharur gets a silver there. It would be really nice to hit the... It would be really nice to have the Young Witch in hand already and just use the raise on a Oval trash, which we could try that. But I think we just do this. Make sure we get the... Go ahead and get the other siren now before things go to pot. Now this is scary. It's so scary we can't even really do the thing you'd like to do. Which is gamble that you have a trail on top. Any of the ferrymen would have been a huge help here. But anyway, we don't have them, so it's whatever. And trying it is just not worth it. I think we'll do this. We're gonna have a lot of curses to trash anyway, so I think a raise by here is okay. We need to start using these raises to kill the hovel, kill the curse, whatever, etc. Because otherwise we're just not going to get control. I don't know. We've probably done a little... We got to be a little bigger than Sharur right now, I think. Actually, it may not be hugely different. And then this is like, what do you buy? Because the good news is there's nothing in the kingdom that's like so good that you have to have it now. Maybe Crossroads is like the most, but in that case you'd probably just take another trail, right? I mean, you could province already, but I don't know why you would do that. Otherwise, we're going to get a new kingdom soon, and it's going to be, we'll just have to see. Nothing in the kingdom now is like essential, I wouldn't say. We have some plus actions. Could get a trail for a little bit more. Crossroads is also a possibility. All right, let's try the trail. Do the silver, which is actually pretty good for us. I mean, I guess Sharur can always just hold off on playing the poet forever. But you would assume he wants to take first stab at it. If footpad, which is interesting. Plus buy now is here in a couple of ways. Little late for Old Witch, Legionary, little late for Legionary because of the sirens. Both players have 2 sirens, so you have to imagine that at this point the footpad stuff also doesn't matter a whole lot given the or the footpad siren thing doesn't matter a whole lot given that you draw up to whatever from your siren itself. That's not a huge deal. Go Hurt could be good. You really have to just probably take one of the plus buys first. Honestly, there's not like a lot of other options there. So I guess Nomads, but you could do Farmer's Market is totally fine. So Go Hurt definitely could see some play, but like I said, it's difficult to want to do that first. Sharur has blocked with raise a lot. That was unfortunate. I could have tried to do the trail Young Witch first, right? And then the trails, we would have found another trail. We get a better raise, but okay. So that was really bad in a number of ways. Right now, there's only 2 raises, right? I think maybe Sure has 3. That was all very sad, though. Bottom deck the ferryman, this. Whatever, it's what happens. Okay, so Sharur is just deck done. With a lot of cleanliness. Well, probably not catchable. I guess I have a village advantage. Like, this is it for Sharur's terminal space. That's not nothing. I don't know if the game will last that long, but I have to take what I can get, right? I have 4 curses and all this crud. Yeah, sure doesn't have it much of an incentive to add more terminals. These are pretty well spoken for. It's hard to scale up the payload. So it is looking like, I mean, you don't know this before the coin's gonna, or before the kingdom's gonna flip, but it is looking like the crossroads would have been reasonable. This is gonna be doubly painful because it's gonna be another curse, but that's just what happens when I seize the day earlier, you know. So Sharur is probably gonna buy a pendant and maybe I don't know what you buy. Pendant gold? Pendant? You can double province. That's about the extent of it. This is pretty losable, pretty lost. I don't think there's really a way to come back here. Yeah, I like pendant fine. Because all I can do is this and buy a farmer's market. It's just the only thing I can do. So sure, even if Sure doesn't double more than once, which I would expect him to at least manage it twice. You don't even need the, what's funny about the pendant angle is like they don't need to be, they could just been golds. You could kill the copper and it would still be 16, which is all you can actually use. So it doesn't, you know, why does it matter? I did know the trails were there, so this wasn't me being particularly risky. I did whiff, I mean, again, it's not surprising, but I did whiff the ferry men and all that junk. Why is this over my hand? I'll just buy him, help Sure run the pile. Looks fairly safe for double for a third time. Still has raises that can just be blown up for cantrip, or raise a trail lets you find a pendant if you need a pendant. They didn't even need both the pendants, right? One they ended with $20, so like that's more dollars than they did dud. You don't hate to see that. You don't really believe it's gonna make any difference, but you don't hate to see it. Never surrender. I mean, maybe you should surrender sometimes, but what if I had surrendered? What if I had surrendered on that kingdom with the duplicates and stuff? Then what? All right, one more. I did like Sharur's plays there. I think there was definitely windows where it could have gone either way, but I had no complaints with Sharur's particular choices. Okay, I guess this is like a livery chapel opening. You could do litter chapel, I guess. That makes it a little hard to hit the 5 again. So probably not that. Wonder if idle's any good here. This is a strange payload kingdom because I mean, we do have colonies, so the platinum will tell eventually. But like buy is a little bit expensive. If these don't collide, I'll be in like especially if I hit a 5. If I hit a 5 without collision, it's a tough one for sure. This is also a basilica point for me here, which is kind of crazy. I mean, if I get a triple estate into like a litter drawn reshuffle with the horse or whatever, that's just not going to be recoverable, but I mean, most likely not anyway. So the chapel didn't miss, so this is like really hard. I also get the horse. I don't know if I clicked that in the right order. I just got lucky. I guess you have the money at the end of it anyway. So it's not, that's not the angle. Okay, I do need a count now. Because I can go, but we want to be able to afford like a sacred grove and still have 3 copper. So this is horse copper livery. So we want to be able to say buy a sacred grove next turn and then have 9 already. So we want to keep 3 coppers, I believe. Ooh, maybe 4 because we need to play a litter. That may not be doable. Well, how many cards is that? 4. 23, 4. Hoppers. Chapel. Litter. Grove. That's just a 7 card hand. So that's like a horse and a litter. The other option is to go low here, hit the Grove. I mean, you still have to keep 3 coppers for that. Then it would be Grove into gold into platinum. I mean, if you go 1 here, you have to draw the litter. I guess if you whiff it, you can just go back for it. You're not getting 10. Maybe gold is the angle. There's also whatever the Grove does for you. Yeah, let's try the platinum. So that's 1, 2 trashes. Keep 4 coppers. Buy a raise. Here you just buy the Sacred Grove without playing the horse. Keep the horse. I guess there's something also to getting a something to getting a trove as the way of scaling up your money if you have. So you can deal with the coppers. It's pretty easy to get gold, and if you have enough liveries, then those draw themselves. Otherwise, that would look like a chapel trash here. I did think the platinum was good though, didn't I? These gifts is a bummer. I probably should have killed the chapel. Did I forget to play? No, I just didn't have it. That's fine. We lose the battle probably. C's gift was a real bummer. That's okay. I'm in real question about the last couple turns. In real doubt over them. Is this worth it? This isn't worth it. I mean, if there were a cantrip, but I guess if there was like a, if it wasn't going to affect my buy, then it might be worth it. But I think it will slightly. What are we gonna have? So we can go litter livery, or not litter, Citadel livery. So not in that, well, I mean, not in that order. I mean, it's a little risky. Maybe you'd go litter Citadel just to be a little safer. You're not getting, you would hate to dud. I mean, you double livery, you get to still do something. The platinum is still big, big money. How many can I draw here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can draw 8. Not even guaranteed in that sense either. So we can either save the horse or we can take a third debt. We can basically have $2 more versus litter livery. Yeah. Let's do the horse and see what the Sacred Grove is offering us. You know what? I'll take it. Like that. We could trove. Then this turn is probably livery Sacred Grove, or Sacred Grove litter maybe. I guess you can imagine a time where Messenger makes sense. Also, it's a little hard. Sharur wouldn't want to do it and just give me a buy here. I don't imagine. I mean, I guess you can buy Messenger and gain other stuff, but like, does any of that work out for you? I don't know. This is probably fine. It's not gonna be. This turn, it's helping me a little bit. I would have loved a forced guess here. That's what. We still are going to get to up payload quite a bit faster, I think. Money wise, anyway. Kind of like a chapel. I kind of like Messenger Chapel, whatever by thing. We could Messenger messengers. Oh, sorry. You. Oh, it's. I do need plus buy. Now I'm wishing I had taken a messenger off that. Or I couldn't use it then. It was not in the cards, but sure. Let's see if that will-o-wisp ever draws a copper or raise. If it does, it's heroic. And heroic. I guess the prayer is that we just outpace money-wise, which should be true. We'll be able to save some horses for at least a couple. We're buying litters. This should probably be colony livery litter. Depends again what the sacred grove stuff looks like exactly, but it's just such a long time for the Citadel to come on. Not again, this wasn't like Sharur messing up, but I mean my draws here were so much better. That it's even kind of close is a testament to me kind of playing like a moron. At least a little bit. Stupidly anyway. I would say. The Grove may hit something. River's Gift, okay. Yeah. So do we want to trash the copper? Probably. We can check it anyway. Oh, I should have done 2 horses and then wisp. It's fine. I'm not going to ask for that. Okay, so 112, 13, 14, 15, 18, 25. Yeah, let's... I think 3 buys is sufficient here. So the horses are like sort of drawn neutral for a couple turns, and then after that they're trouble. I have to maintain 1 overdraw to trash the copper with raise. But otherwise we're netting, I guess. Doesn't really matter a whole lot, but Sure has a not bad amount of money. Like, not at all bad. It's just gonna come a little late, I think. I did mess up on that wins gift. It should have been double horse discard into play wisp to top deck 1 horse, but with River also, I don't think I'm not sure I deserved to dud, but you know, maybe some small percent of time I deserved a dud for being stupid. It's just hard to get them. I mean, if I triple colony even on a turn, like what? You're not quad colony. I mean, I don't have triple, but you know what I'm saying. If I have 3 colonies before Sharur has any, the payload isn't scaling up that fast. And I'm still scaling a little bit too. Like my double hand will be like double litter or something. That gets not more money, but the Trove puts in $4 potentially. And we have to pay to draw them, of course, with the litters, so it's not free, but it's not free. I guess I'll hold off on the Wisp. I don't think there's actually anything in hand right now that can draw with it. This may be a turn where it's sensible to take depending on the grove, take it. Yeah, that's not so useful. I don't remember what my last card is. Okay. So I think it's probably better to trash this. Do we take another grove? Or do we be safe somehow? That would let us have triple. Do we already have triple? We didn't have triple. One of our grows was also $4 that turn. It won't happen all the time. Was this paused? What? Surely not. That would be crazy. Like, surely this grove wasn't dudded. And not, you know what I mean? Like, why play it that early? There are more upsides to playing it post-livery. I guess if you're emptying the horses before the end, it probably doesn't matter anyway. Maybe there's a chance of top decking something good. I don't really know exactly how much money Sharur is making now. Like I said, it's just hard to catch up. What's going to be like at least 5 colony plus province. Would say. I don't know. The horse split is kind of bad, right? I'm not sure exactly how many I have. I didn't play 4. I think I didn't play 4. And then I got 3, 9, 11. Okay, I guess it's split. It's 15-15 on the horses. I don't know. Is there a line here? I mean, I assume you don't actually make it into like spitting range, but to come back on, I mean, I guess if there's a dud, you could play for that. That's not crazy at all. It's not necessarily all that likely. So what do they have on buys? It's like 1, 2, 3. They have 4 buys too. So I mean, if things dud, stuff can always open up that way. If I'm at there's another Fields gift. I drew the gold, so it's like there's still a copper down here. What is it? So 19, 21, 23, 35, 38, 41, 37. 37 gives like triple, I don't know, it'd buy a raise, I guess, but right, this is 15, 17, 19, 31, 38. 38 is 4 colony or 3 colony duchy. I assume you don't need that though. I'm at 66. Sure would have to score 30 points, which is like colony 4 province or something. Is 5 buys for 1. It's $1 million. Sure would have to get, and also Sure's player 1, so Sure has to clean beat me. 30, it's not even that, it's 38 points. It's more than 4 provinces. I mean, you just play for dud, I guess. I mean, you don't have anything else. It's so hard to have him dud, though, also when you're playing Sacred Groves. I guess you play for dud. I mean, I didn't dud, but it certainly makes sense. I'll try not to overplay my turn too much, but okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Happy with the result. Certainly got really lucky breaks on at least 2 of those, maybe more. I was proud of the duplicate thing, but anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the match, and there'll be more league matches later on. Take care.